Greetings everybody and welcome here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're back here for the series we're running for the month of December. This is episode number 18, battle number 18 on December 18th. And of course this is Progressive Rock Solo Artist Album Wars, featuring two musicians I like quite a bit here. The one I've liked forever. The other one has come on probably in the last 20-25 years. I've liked him, and now his solo stuff is starting to take off with me quite a bit. I've got a couple of his solo albums, and then of course we're doing this one today. So we're talking about Geddy Lee and his album My Favorite Headache from the year 2000, and Steve Hackett, Spectral Mornings from 1979. On the surface, this seems like a colossal battle between two guys that I really love, but it wasn't that difficult to choose the winner here once I listened to the two albums. But we will go about the business of discussing the albums just a tiny bit. But before we get too far into it, just wanted to let you know, if you're people that are just coming in at this stage, I basically have Ben has put together a series of progressive rock solo artists. So basically solo artists that come from progressive rock bands and have done some solo stuff. Some of them have done more than one album, a few albums, but they've basically been solo albums. Some have gone on to do solo careers altogether and not been involved with the band again. In the case of one of these artists, that's the case today. And these were all put together by Ben, and he's put the second round together as well. Some interesting battles he's put together. This one, on the surface, I was a little, oh my God, what am I going to do here? But the truth is that it just comes down to what album do I like the best. It has really little to do with the artist, although the artist did create the album. So anyways, the two artists I've just said are doing the battle today. The first one we'll talk about is Geddy Lee's My Favorite Headache. This is his only solo album. Starts out really good, this album. I really like that opening track, My Favorite Headache. It has it's very Rush-like in a lot of ways. Has a lot of Rush elements, of course. Geddy Lee's voice, the really heavy bass to open up, the overall sound, like the soundscape of this song is really Rush-like. The guitar is not bad. It's pretty good. And it does have a bit of an Alex Lifeson feel to it, but the drums don't sound like Neil Peart really. They're heavy and they suit the song very well, but I don't feel a Neil Peart presence here at all. So so on that aspect, it's definitely not that Rush-like, but it's not meant to be Rush-like. It's Geddy Lee's solo album. So having said that, I do like this track a lot. I think it's really probably my favorite track on the album quite a bit. The next song I think it's called In the Present. I think that's what it's called. I'm not 100% sure. I like this one too. It has some more of that Rush elements to it. It's heavier too. It's got some stuff going on. Lyrics kind of feel Rush-like, but not really. You can tell that it isn't Neil that's wrote this. So excellent song again. I like this one. And then it starts to go down from there until you get to some of the sappier stuff towards the end of the album that I don't care for. And I have nothing against Geddy Lee at all. Of course, he's arguably my favorite rock star, but he did what he wanted to do, and I liked what I wanted to like, and I don't think there's any problem with that at all. So the other album, Steve Hackett's Spectral Mornings from 1979. There's the one track, the opening track, Every Day. I love this. It's heavy, got some heavy keyboard parts on it. Pretty heavy track for, I don't think of Steve Hackett as a heavier guy. He's very good acoustically. I have the album Momentum, which I think is absolutely great. His classical parts on that are so fine. But here it's a heavy track. I like this track a lot, really catchy. The next track I like a lot is Clocks. It's got this kind of heavy beat, some aggressive guitar on this too, which is again, very different from how I perceive Steve Hackett. I know he's done some progressive stuff, heavy stuff before in the past. Giant Hogweed, of course, being the one that comes to mind. But this is just such a good track. And then there's lots of other kind of stuff on here that's kind of acoustic, more pastoral, more how do you say, like a quiet kind of classical sound to it. And he's got some classical guitar on here, which is, I think, his forte. He's really good. So overall, I find this album to be, from top to bottom, much better. The last track on the album, kind of a little bit quirky. I don't really see it fitting in with his music at all. It doesn't really fit on the album either. And it just doesn't sit with me. But it's the only weak track on an otherwise strong album. Geddy Lee, it's the opposite. He has that opening couple of tracks that are really good, I think, and then the rest of the album is, mediocre to not so good. I think overall, I like My Favorite Headache better than any track on either album, but I just think that the Steve Hackett album's overall feeling of the album is much better. So Steve Hackett's going to win this. As much as I hate to see Geddy Lee go, because I really do like him. Like I said, I love him. But Steve Hackett, I just think this is a better album. This is, I believe, based on a lot of YouTube sites I've watched and different episodes on this album, this is one of his better albums. And I can understand that. I like this a lot. I actually like all the albums of him I've listened to at this point in time. But this one, I think, resonates better for me today on this particular battle. So Steve Hackett will win. He will go to the next round, the quarterfinals, putting out Geddy Lee's My Favorite Headache. And I don't think it was really too close. I think Steve Hackett kind of won this pretty easily. Pretty easily. So anyways, if you have any comments about either album, just put them in the comments section below. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. It's much appreciated. If you want to be notified of the next episode, please hit the notification bell. And we will see you tomorrow for day 19 in I always want to say in Progressive Rock album Solo Wars, or Solo Artist Album Wars. I'll get it right eventually. Take care. Bye.